Guys, thanks for tuning in, Coach KZ and Majestic Life Solutions. I keep forgetting our affirmations because I keep talking about some stories. But the okay, so I'm gonna give you once I do these affirmations, but I'm gonna get on here and we're gonna talk about from the time I was 15 when because this is my testimony. Okay, the time that I was 15 until now, from my first boyfriend, to my last boyfriend. Okay, so that's my testimony that I'm gonna give you guys that to show you how my life has been crazy. From my first boyfriend to my last boyfriend. Okay, that was in my life, and we're gonna go through the hookups that in between times, everything. We're gonna go through that too. Um, so out my mouth that you're gonna hear, it's not gonna, it's, I was sinning, like sinning, like just like a lot of people say, being gay is sinning, whatever. Okay, so I was sinning. So therefore, from the first boyfriend, I remember from 15 when I decided to be grown. When I decided to be grown, my first boyfriend was his name was Raphael Herman Briggs. Okay, that was my first boyfriend, and I was 15. And so we're gonna go through all my life. Okay, we're gonna go through my life. I'm gonna go through my life. So you're not gonna hear no female. You're not gonna hear no female at all. So it's gonna go through my life. You're not gonna never hear a female, okay? Because I was sinning, and this is my life. But you're not gonna never hear a female in none of my testimonies, because I when I was sinning, I wasn't with females. Okay, so we're gonna get that clarified right now. Okay, but we're gonna do our affirmations. Spirit, let me know what affirmations you want me to hear. And my testimony is because it's just like just not trying to call the DL mans from the front street, but just to show you just for real, like this DL stuff, it just really have to stop because it's just out of control. It's out of control. It really is. It's out of control. And people think that is cute. Oh, okay. Well, I got me a straight man and this and that. I'm turning him out, but it's not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. Here's one message. Spirit, what message you want me? If I can get the cards right. 2 cards, Spirit. Thank you. All right. So the affirmations is the first card that came out is a blessing of a new life. I am strong. Focus on positivity. Your thoughts create your reality. Focus on the positive to attract good things into your life. I will surrender to God's word. I am not afraid to express my thoughts and options. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Pray instead of worrying. Wait patiently for God to act. Oh, I embrace change and grow from it. I am excited about the journey of self discovery and renewal. Miracles are coming. You are loved. Remember that you are surrounded by love and support from the divine and the universe. I will humble myself. I am blessed and highly favored. I am building a legacy. I am committed to living my best life. You are powerful. Remember that you have the strength and the abilities to create the life you desire. I will align my life with God's will. I will not fall into the traps of believing lies in the world. God is working in your life. So that's when I tell you about, like, relationship wise. You don't. That's why you don't want to base your relationship on sex. You don't want to base your relationship on sex. It's because when you've been pushed so much with sex, and I just like I guess people have a sexual, like, addiction, a sexual addiction where they got to have sex, they got to have sex. And when it comes to me, and it's just like it's like I don't want to base a relationship on sex. I like to be able to enjoy the person instead of just always want to have sex. But then when you have somebody that's that's just a sex addict, what can you do? And you want to love that person the way that you want to love that person. So therefore you do what you have to do to either keep that person or do this. So that's why I say, like, my experiences in life have taught me that I know what I know how to what I want to enter into my life. You understand what I'm saying? Spirit, what message you have for me out of these affirmations? Doors are opening up. You don't have to be an angel to know an angel. Just open the door to your heart. Be kind. I will stay away from negative forces in my life. I appreciate what I have in this life right now. I am a magnet of abundance and opportunities. Be patient. No more game stalking. I will have a twin flame. I am in perfect health. Uh, Let go of self criticism and embrace self acceptance. Just believe. Move out of state. Ooh. I am successful. New home is coming soon. I am excited about the journey of self discovery and renewal. I said that in these cards, but I always put them in. Oh, let's see. Oh, I don't know. I said it. but I don't remember where it's at. I am filled with energy and determination to make my dreams a reality. Oh, you are worthy. All the resources you have, all the resources you, all the resources I need is within me. Hey, if I said that is bipolar. You got me bipolar. You better not call me bipolar because I'm not bipolar. You better not call me bipolar because I'm not bipolar. I just go off because people be crazy in the world. And you understand what I'm saying? People be crazy, but you just got to know how to deal with psych patients. And I know how to deal with psych patients. You understand what I'm saying? I know how to deal with psych patients. But it's okay. It's okay, but I know how to deal with psych patients. I do. Understand that. That's why I became a coach. Because like when I get ready to go back to school, do my stuff, do everything that I need to do, go back to school, and I'm not gonna tell you what I'm going back to school for, but it's that's my business, and I'm gonna complete it. And if you're gonna need help, I'm gonna be there for you to help you. I'm gonna be there for you to help you. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm going back to school for, but I'm gonna complete it, and I'm gonna have a life that I am creating of my own. You understand what I'm saying? I forgive my past mistakes and learn from them. I trust that everything happens for a reason. Yeah, I'm going back to school because it's to better me, not to do it for or compete with somebody or doing something because I'm creating something that I want to create. You understand what I'm saying? And I want you to be in the same kind of mindset. I want you to be in the same kind of mindset of you want to create something. You want to leave a legacy behind. Leave a legacy behind to show that this is what I have done on this earthly land. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to just be stuck in a cycle of trauma and holding on to past mistakes and holding on to this. If you learn from your mistakes, you grow from them. Your experiences, that's how you grow. That's how you start to become a better version of yourself. When you can acknowledge your mistakes, when you can say that, okay, well, I made a mistake on this, and grow from it. That's where growth starts. Okay, you got to acknowledge that. If you don't know how to acknowledge that, my heart is great. If you don't know how to acknowledge that, then where you gonna be at? You're gonna be stuck in the same cycle. Okay. We just always remember that. I always tell you every time that you get up on here that we all make mistakes, but you know what? You got to know how to do your mistakes, how to treat your mistakes. Because it's a way that you treat your mistakes. You just can't bypass them. Because if you make a mistake and you hold on to it, that stores trauma. You understand what I'm saying? It stores trauma. So to to get a mistake and learn from it and grow from it, you're dealing with it right then and there. You're not holding on to it and saying that, you know what, why is my life like this? Why is my life seem like it's falling apart? Because it's things that you don't understand about what life should be like. So you have to go through things in life to start understanding that this is where I need to be at in life. Okay, I made this mistake. I got to grow from it. I had to prove to myself. I had to prove to myself that how can I allow myself to forgive myself for these mistakes or whatever it is. You have to allow yourself to do these things, because if you don't allow yourself to even say that, acknowledge that I have made a mistake and I want to grow from it, I forgive myself. God, can you forgive me from the mistake that I made? Can you forgive me from the mistake that I made, and can you give me strength to start overcoming these obstacles that come towards my way? You understand what I'm saying? You got to ask God for that forgiveness and forgive yourself. Okay. When you know that this is a life that a life that we have ups and downs. We have room to create. We have rooms to create mistakes. But how do you have rooms to create mistakes? How you have rooms to create mistakes? By not setting boundaries of yourself. Because you got to set boundaries of yourself. So the desires that you have in your head, that's why I say change your mindset. The desires that you have that's stored in your head, then you're gonna continue to make mistakes until you take care of that trauma that this is desire that you holding on to. Even if you got a sex addiction, even if you got to listen to me, son. Even if you got a sex addiction, if you got a sex addiction, how can you take care of that when you still holding on to that thought? So let's go into this because a lot of people don't know this either. So when they say sinning, when you say sin, what is a thing? What is a sin? Where sin come from? You know, it's a thought. It's a thought. It starts there. Even if you thinking of something that you don't even supposed to be thinking of, that's a sin. You don't know that? You don't know that, do you? But I'm teaching you that. So think about that. You know that we're not supposed to lust off of things. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a thought. Like just like watching porn, doing all the things that you want to do, just like how just say for instance, this is a sin. Like if you and you married, okay, so let's put it like that, for we can get a good understanding of it. So you married, right? But you lusting on this woman, that's sinning. You're sinning. It's a thought. Hmm. So you sinning. You're not physically sinning, but it's up here. You're sinning because you shouldn't. That's just like this. How I feel. This how I feel about when you in a marriage. When you in a marriage, if God said you shouldn't have no other gods before me, that's the first one. You shouldn't have no other gods before me. So if you get married under the covenant of God, right? And you give your vows to your wife or your husband, whatever it is, right? You give your vows to him. So if you shouldn't have no other gods before God, right? That means you shouldn't have no other wife, or you shouldn't even be lusting on nobody else but your wife. Not even lusting, but you already know that it's gonna be sex in the marriage or whatever. But you shouldn't be lusting on somebody else. It's a thought that makes you sin. It's a thought that makes you commit adultery. I don't know what type of time that a lot of people be on, but you got to start understanding like how God works. When you start understanding how God works, you'll start becoming a better version of yourself. I'm serious. Because a lot of people commit adultery. They don't even know that they commit adultery. Because you lusting off of this woman with this big booty that done walk by you and your wife, and you sitting up there peeping and looking and lusting off of this woman, but you commit adultery. Think about what you do before you do it. Okay? And I ain't doing all these calls. Okay, let's see it. That's all I'm doing with these. Okay, but I'm gonna switch them around. I did something great, but it's okay. Because I want that to be the last card. Okay. So find strength in your vulnerability. Trust in the divine timing, everything will align. Let go of the need to control and surrender to the flow. Everything happens for a reason. Look for the lesson. I should have said every experience happens for a reason. Look for the lesson. Okay? Negative thoughts are temporary, they will pass. Under your roots, they shape who you are. Be open to receiving love in abundance. Your prayers are being heard. I find strength in my faith in the presence of God. And the last card is you can turn your life around if you choose to. And the last card on the bottom, let's see what the last card on the bottom is. Your life is a reflection of your beliefs. Okay, you guys, I'm about to go drink coffee. It's coffee time for me. And if I have something else to say to you guys, I will say it. But thank you for coming on because I want you to become a better version of yourself. Whoever you are that be looking at me, I want you to become a better version of yourself. Regardless of what it looks like in your life, I want you to become a better version of yourself and stop worrying about the outside of what somebody else's world look like, what somebody else's life look like. I want you to become a better version of yourself, okay? Regardless of who you are, I don't care if you're one of my exes, I don't care if you're my brother, I don't care if you're my sister. In God's eyes, we are brothers and sisters. You understand what I'm saying? So, therefore, if you are my brother, if you are my sister, or if you're my blood brother, or if you're my blood sister, then I want you to become a better version of yourself because whatever life that you're living is not working. It don't seem like it's working, and you can do better than what you're doing if you put your mind to it. Change your mindset on things.